Hello, online crew. How are you going today? How's your day been? Awesome? Not awesome? Let me know. I would love to know where you're watching from and how your day has been today. So, what am I sharing with you today? I'm going to have a little conversation today about branding and rebranding and if you've noticed anything different on my socials, I'm just kind of explaining myself and my thought processes. And if you don't know much about me, I am in the industry with you. I am building, a global team in the social selling space, as well as teaching everything that I do online. I've got lots of things going on. So I'm evolving I'm not just showing up and teaching you things, I'm on the journey with you. Does that make sense? So as I go through my journey and I evolve and grow and do different things and I make changes, I want to share with you guys the reason behind that, because it might be something that you need to do as well. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Before I get into that and explain a little bit about what I'm talking about is branding and rebranding, I just want to share with you, those in the coaching community, we've just literally finished live Q&A Zoom call 1 for those in those time zones, and we just had a great conversation about lots of different things. TikToks, conversations, I analyzed conversations, we went through that, like we just had a great discussion. So coaching community members, you go and catch the replay of that. If anyone's listening from the UK, if you're still awake, we've got live Q&A Zoom call 2 tonight in my time zone, which is morning in the UK. Okay, and the Australians can jump on that one as well. So live Q&A Zoom calls this week. And the discussion that we had on Clubhouse yesterday regarding consistency and getting organized and some of the things that I do that have helped me in my business, we had an amazing, something just smashed. We just had something just smashed upstairs. Sorry, you wouldn't have heard that, but I heard it. The cleaner's here. I've got a cleaner. I finally went and got a cleaner. Anyway, side note. What am I saying? The conversation on Clubhouse, it was a really good conversation. So the replay's out everywhere on your email or, on my socials. So catch that, okay? Now, who's here? Say hello if you're joining me live so I can give you a shout out. We've got Victoria. Victoria's from Canada. We've got Merla. We've got Cherie. We've got Christina. Excited for this story. Hello, Donna. How are you? Hello to those that are watching on Instagram. More of a subtle shift on my socials on Instagram. We've got Jennifer here as well. We've got Beth. We've got Faye. Great to see you guys on. So what I want to explain in this live is I've rebranded myself slightly. Not hugely, but slightly. So firstly, let's have a conversation, a very quick conversation. I talk about branding all the time. It's my jam. I love it. I've got a separate course just on branding. It is just, I believe it's one of the foundational things that you should be doing online, because if you don't have a brand behind kind of what you're showing up and doing on socials, if you're trying to build a business on social media, then people won't know really what it is that you do or what you're about, and it's just going to take a lot longer for you to get results on social media if you don't stand behind a brand of some sort. Now, these days, especially because we have the professional mode of a personal profile, you can do a lot more on your personal profiles than we've ever done in the past. Like when I first went online and went through all my training, it was very much about business pages, not anymore. So if you've got a business page, keep it going. If you want to start one, go for it. But with the professional mode on a personal profile, we can even advertise. It blows my mind that you can even do an ad on a personal profile on the professional mode once you get offered that. Just because you go to professional mode, you may not have the option to do that. It took a while for the option for me to pop up to be able to advertise from my personal profile. But you should still have some kind of brand. So did anybody notice yesterday that I changed the banner in my free group, which some of you might be watching from? I changed the banner on my business page, which some of you might be watching from. I changed the banner on my personal profile, which no one's watching from. I don't broadcast these lives there. I changed my bio, my little message on Instagram over there. The only thing I've got to catch up with is the YouTube banner. I've still got to do that. Did anybody notice? So Merla saw my changes. Christina saw, and here's what I want to explain why. My branding message has been for years. It's not something I recommend you change constantly, but it is something you might want to get more focused about. So I'm going deeper in who I really want to help and what I want to help them with. That's what this is all about. So you need to think of it like a brand that you stand behind. So when I look at you, wherever you're hanging out on your socials, what would I say about you? What do I know about you? Are you into health and wellness? Are you into a weight loss? Are you into business opportunities? Are you into multiple streams of income? Are you into finance? What are you into? Like, is there a vibe? Is there things that you talk about? Is there content that you create that helps me get to know what you're about? That's how you start building a brand. When you start talking over and over and over again about a certain topic, or on a personal profile, it might be a bit of both. So on my personal profile, I talk about health, but I constantly talk about multiple streams of income, business opportunities, stuff like that. So I talk about both on my personal profile. But anybody that is kind of looking at me, if they scroll through my content, they'll get a sense of what it is that I'm kind of interested in and what I do. But the banner that I put up yesterday, I've decided to elevate my authority a little bit more on my personal profile and leverage the people more from my personal profile into the free group, which some of you are watching from. So here's the journey of it. So I've deliberately now on my personal profile put up photos of me on stage. I've put a photo of me with the belt on, which I got last year, which was recognition for being a six-figure earner in the industry. I've deliberately put the photo there with me with $100,000 check. Like, can you see why I would do that? Like, I'm kind of, and a lot of you might not have those kind of photographs, or you're not that at that stage in your business yet. So you might not have those kind of photos to share. But what can you share that can help you elevate your authority a little bit? Okay. I could have put one up there with my book. I completely forgot about that. Yes, I've got a #1 best-selling book. A lot of people don't know that. But there's a lot of people that I'm connecting with on my personal profile that are in the industry that I teach and train in. But I'm not really sending them anywhere because I do most of my stuff in all these channels. I'm on Instagram going live. I'm on my free group going live. I'm on my business page going live. I'm on YouTube going live right now. But I'm not live on my personal profile. Okay, I have a brand that I stand behind, and so I can lead people to different channels. But on my personal profile, I do want to draw out those people that are in social selling into my free group, which some of you are watching from. So there's the next step. So that's why I've put it on my banner. And it's not the only way they can get that link is they click on the photograph and it goes to the description, and the description has got a link to the group. So I have already, since I've put that banner up, I've already drawn people from my personal profile to request to join that group. Okay. So if people are sitting on my personal profile that are interested in what I'm doing, they'll request to join the group. So I'm leveraging more of my personal profile. All right. Make sense so far? So then you go to my free group. Now, some of you may have noticed I changed the name. I'm not a big fan of changing the names of Facebook groups just for the sake of it. It confuses the crap out of people. I've never done it. I've had the same name with my group for about 4 years, maybe. I've never changed the name of that group. This is the first time I've done it. But the reason I'm doing it is because I'm getting laser focused on who it is I want to help and what I want to help them with. So it's just subtle changing in the wording. So my previous branding message of my free group, which some of you might be watching from, is I help home-based business owners. Okay, so social media strategies for home-based business owners. So my goal with where I'm at with my business and who I want to attract to me online, I want to attract a higher level person in social selling. Okay, I really want to delve more into systems rather than just general strategies. So systems are strategies as well, but I've changed the word from social media strategies to social media systems because I know with working with a team and with mentoring a lot of people and those in my VIP program and mentoring hundreds of people in this industry, it's it's the people that aren't planned and not organized and don't have systems that don't do very well in this industry. Would you agree? If you're a little bit haphazard with your content, you're a little bit over the place with who you talk to, the conversations that you're in, all those kind of things, you're a little bit here and a little bit there. You don't necessarily, you maybe not be getting the results that you want. People that do well in this industry, they're planned, they've got systems, they've got structure, they've got duplicatable systems within their team. Like you need to follow, like you need to be organized, you need to be planned. And that's the kind of person that I'm trying to attract. Somebody that's got some results or wanting better results, but they're a bit all over the place. I want to help them. That's what my coaching community is all about. It's about the how. So I'm already teaching it, but I want to do even more of that to really help. What I'm about is really helping people get results. It's not just about training for the sake of training. I don't want to talk just for the sake of talk. I don't want you waste your time turning up, learning from me when it doesn't really give you anything to learn from me. Did that make any sense at all? Like I'm more about getting people results rather than the real entry-level person that knows nothing about our industry. That person can go and learn general social media strategies. I really want to get to help people that have got a real keen interest. And I don't know if you noticed in my group, I've changed the word from home-based business owners to social sellers, because home-based business owners attracts a lot of people that have multiple different types of businesses from home. My jam is social sellers. My jam is network marketers. Do you get where I'm coming from? They're the people that I really know that I can help with systems and whatever. So I'm trying to attract more. I'm getting more laser focused with who it is that I want to attract. If I want to attract a certain segment of the market particularly, then I need to call it out. I need to call it out in my branding. I need to call it out in my language. It's going to take me a while to stop saying social media strategies and go to social media systems. So I'm so used to saying social media strategies. But do you see my way of thinking? I'm fine-tuning who it is that I want to help and what I want to help them with. You may also notice that I use the word serious social sellers in my branding in my free group. I want to work with serious people. I don't want to attract the people that are not serious to build. I really want to help people get results, but I can't help people that won't do the work. I can't help people that just watch training after training after training after training, but don't actually go and action and implement something. I really want to attract people that are serious about building in this industry, because I know the residual income, the benefits of residual income it can give people. I know, the 6 figures that I've made in this industry and beyond. It's beyond that. Like, I know the privileges it gives me. I want to help people that are serious about doing that. So do you see the difference in my language? It's just a shift from just general strategies to let's get more organized and planned and systems with your content, with your messaging, with your conversations, with all the aspects of your business. And then social sellers. So it may weed out some people. If you are here in this group because you knit some stuff from home and you sell it from home or something, and you're not really in social selling, it may mean I'm going to lose some people from my group. I'm okay with that, because I know I can still help them, and I can teach you all sorts of things with online marketing, digital marketing, email marketing. All of that training is in my coaching community. I can help those people. And if they want to stay, you're welcome to stay. But if it's not, if what I teach is not really attributable to the type of business that you have, then it's okay to go. Does that make sense? And this is what you should all be striving for with your branding messages. If you're a little bit general, then if social media is too noisy, you've got to really laser focused with your branding and really laser focused with your messaging about what it is that you help people with. So this is where I'm going. I'm also with that, if any of you are watching from my business page, you'll notice that changed as well. It's the same message that I help social sellers implement systems to gain more customers and teammates, because that's what we're all here for. And if that's not what you do, then this might not be the right group for you anymore. I'm not sure. That's the risk that I'm taking, but I need to draw more people that I want to help. Okay, am I making sense with all of this? But with my business page and what I'm going to be really concentrating on, and this is kind of a new tagline for me, I will never lose the tagline, be a human before a marketer. Never. You'll always hear me say that. That's part of my brand. Okay. But a new part of my brand is also sharing with you kind of the new strategy, the ABC to social selling success. Now, my interpretation of the ABC to social selling success is attracting more people to you, building a brand and influence, and converting those people to customers and teammates. So this is what I'm concentrating on. The ABC of social selling success: attracting more people to you, online or offline, conversations or social media content, building a brand. Branding's my thing. So getting really laser focused in your branding. And when you brand, you create influence. So the A is attract, the B is building a brand and influence, and the C is converting to team members and customers, because that's what social sellers do. That's what we want more of. Does that make sense to you all? Now, what can you take from this? One, you're understanding a little bit more about where I'm at in my business and who I really want to attract and help, because I really want to attract the serious social seller that really wants to implement systems to make a difference in their business. Okay, that's what I'm doing in my business. That's what I know is working for me. And that's what I want to, help other people with. So what you can take from this conversation is, one, do you have a brand behind what you're doing on social media? If you don't, look in the mirror and work that out. Number one. Two, have you been on social media for a while? You've got a bit of a brand, but it's not really laser focused enough. That's what I would take from this conversation with what I'm doing in my business, from where you can sort of interpret this. Do you really have a brand at all? Is there something that you stand for? Is it really clear on who you help? So I'm getting more laser focused and going from a home-based business owner to a social seller, because they're different. Home-based business owners is much broader. I know who I can help here. I know the industry that I'm in. I know the businesses that I'm growing, and it all revolves back to sort of social sellers, if you like. Okay. So who do you help? And what are you specifically helping them with? So I'm helping people with the ABC to social selling success: attracting, building, and converting. So if you want to attract more people to you, online, offline content or conversations, you want to build a brand and more influence. I'm pointing a lot, aren't I? Put that hand down. Building a brand and influence. And then C, converting that audience, converting from that brand, converting from your content, converting from your conversations. And conversations training. I've just done a lot of this in the coaching community in the last few weeks. We've just analyzed somebody's conversations on a coaching call just before I got on this live. It's a skill. We don't come in this industry knowing how to convert people into a team member or a customer and knowing exactly how to do that. A lot of you don't know how to convert somebody from the friend zone to bringing up your business and converting them to a customer. So that's what I'm all about. It's about teaching people those skills. And those skills, here I go again, they're systems that you need to learn. Okay? Does this make sense as to why I've done what I've done, why you might see some changes? The only thing I will share with you as something to watch with groups, I have kept the URL, just any of you that have got groups that might change the name of your group, the URL to your group, when you rename it, like any group has got a lot of numbers, so you can use the URL to a Facebook group with numbers. So it just is www.facebook.facebook/groups/ and a whole lot of numbers. So that will always be the URL for a group. But Facebook gives us the opportunity to customize the URL. Now, my group is called Social Media Strategies for Home Business Owners. That's the URL. If I change that URL to my new name now, then anybody that's got the link, the old link, will no longer be able to find my group. So I am, just a tip for those of you with Facebook groups, if you change your name, I am leaving the URL for a few weeks because I've got that link in a lot of different places. So if I change the name, like if I changed the name yesterday, wherever that link is embedded on my website, in my emails, everywhere, they'll suddenly not be able to find my group. So what we're going to do, and what my VA is helping me to do, is to transition all the links from the name to the numbers, because that'll never change. I hope that makes sense. If you don't have a Facebook group, you might not really understand what I'm saying. But the numbers, the generic numbers for my group will always work. So we're going to take a few weeks to transition all those links so then I can change the actual URL in the weeks to come. Okay? So that's just a little insider to those of you that have got a Facebook group. Does this make any of you think a little bit about your branding on social media, or whether you need to go a little bit deeper and rebrand to make it really, really crystal clear? I'm just going to say this again. I'm going to repeat this. Social media is too busy for you to not be laser focused with who it is that you help and exactly what you help them with. So I've just made a decision to get more laser focused in going from home-based business owner to social seller, and from social media strategies general to real social media systems that align with the ABC to social selling success: attract, build, convert. That's my thing. And we're going to do all of that by being a human before a marketer. But that's what you're going to see from me moving forward. That's the language that I'm going to be using. That's who I want to attract, because that's who I know I can help. Okay? I hope me sharing this just helps you understand where I'm at in my business, and just getting more and more laser focused. The more laser focused with who you serve and what you serve them with. Those of you that are in this industry, that you are blending product and business in your branding message, I do not recommend that. Pick one, lead with one, and the other is secondary. I lead with business. I lead with helping social sellers. I lead with teaching that, supporting that, all that kind of social media training. I don't lead with my product, but you'll always see stuff about my product on my personal profile and in my stories and on my reels and my TikToks and stuff like that. You lead with one as a brand, and the other secondary. But in saying that, I better just back up that for a minute. I do have two different brands because I'm product on TikTok. My branding on TikTok is different to my branding everywhere else, but that's a deliberate strategic decision on my behalf, because TikTok is a very product-based business. People are ready to buy over on TikTok, and they do buy. So it serves me better with my brand to be product on TikTok than following this branding. So that's just a personal decision that I've made. I'm not saying that's what you need to do. You make your own decision for what's right for you in your business. Okay. But I just will clarify, I do TikTok product wise, brand on TikTok product wise. Okay. That's right. I'm not sure who said that. It's just coming up, Facebook user. You just need to click the StreamYard link so I can see who you are. We aren't in the business of convincing. If you want to really do a good job at attraction marketing, you want to attract your ideal perfect prospects to you by your content and the way you educate people, your branding message. You don't want to convince anyone. You want to attract them to you, but you can't attract the right people to you unless you've got like a really strong defined brand behind you. You'll be the type of person that shows up on social media over and over and over again, and you're not getting any more views. You're not getting any more comments. You're not getting any customers. You're not converting any teammates. You're not getting any traction from your social media. If that's you, then maybe you haven't really sorted out your branding messages or where you really stand. So just food for thought. Okay? Yes, Cherie, we need to niche down. These days, you have to. The more niche, the better. Didn't used to be the case. But COVID sped all of that up. Everybody came online. Now every Tom, Dick and Harry is online. So you need to be really, really clear about who you're talking to and what you're helping them with. Very cool. Thank you for your feedback, Susan. I appreciate that. It really helps a lot. No worries. That was me, a Facebook user. Okay. So for some of you, take from this conversation how you can really think about your branding for yourself. Not only implementing branding for some of you, but for others of you, it might be a rebranding type thought process. Okay. So that's where I'm at. That's what I've done. I've given you the reasons. I hope that's helpful to you in some way to evaluate where you're at with your business and how you can show up online. Okay, so join me same time tomorrow live for my last live of the week. I'll catch you then.